Well, good morning. It's Friday. The weathermen are predicting highs of 32, so it's going to be a warm day today. But today, being Friday, I've chosen to actually rip out our kitchen. We've had this kitchen in place now for a few years. It's working well, but we have adapted it and modified it over a period of time, and we finally actually got it to how we want the layout. So today, yeah, like I say, all these bottom sections coming out, and we're just going to refit it. So here we are this week, back down at Graham Sheet Metals down in Sheffield. Graham is a personal friend of mine. He originally did the lockers for me on the camper. He's done one or two other bits as well, like the grab rail around the top of the main pod. So he's quite good with aluminium welding, stainless steel welding and so on. So we're back down here this week, basically just to do the kitchen and one or two other little bits what I need fabricating, like the brackets for the bed, and there's a step for the roof rack. So there's quite a few bits and bobs what I need doing. So that's it, we're just about ready to start. The family and the kids are outside, so right, okay, let's do it. Right, worktops off. So far then, I've strengthened this left hand corner. This is where the plywood will go across here, and this is where the drawer runners will actually attach onto. This side weren't too much of a problem. It was mainly this central partition here, because it's been altered a few times. This is where the weak point were, and you can see we have actually pulled off the lats before. The right hand flange here, that's quite solid. I've strengthened the bottom where the drawer runner goes, so we're going to keep that. Now it's just a case of ripping out this central one and replacing that. Okay, probably about a quarter of the way in. We've got the left hand panel now in place. This is a removable panel, hence I've marked these screws up here, and that's to actually get to service the water heater behind. So when we need to service the water heater, we're just going to remove 1, 2, 3 drawers, and then just undo these screws, and this panel would all come out. Right, okay, that's the centre cheek backing in place. I just need to fatten it out for the drawer runners, and then we should be ready for the worktop to go back on. But now I may just have to adjust the drawers, especially this one will need adjusting anyway, because that was, with the oven being lowered, that one definitely will need adjusting. So yeah, all's good. Yeah. Bit more that way. feelers. Right, the worktop's back on. I've not lost my temper, so things have got to be good. So yeah, it's a lot more reinforced now, it's a lot more sturdy, I'm a lot happier with it. So I've just got to plumb the sink back in, obviously plumb the taps, and put the hob in as well. I'll get that all in. I'll fix the worktop down. And then it's onto the drawers. So the drawers may need tweaking and modifying, but yeah, the bulk of the work now is all done. I can improve the shelves at the end for the shoe rack. So yeah, good. Right, if everything goes all right, I just need to run some silicone just around this base and just to seal it in. At the moment I'll just leave it like that. I'll connect the taps and the waste back up now. So plumbing, electrics, all back in, all working. No drips, no leaks. You can see now the side cheeks what I've put on. This is what I was saying about the removable panel to get to the boiler. No panel on this side, and like it's just a lot stronger all the way around there, so I'm happy with that. So I've just got the drawers to put back in, one drawer down there, and I've got this little piece to fabricate this grill just here, and then it's onto the shoes onto the corner, and see what I can do on that side. It'd be nice to get a little drawer on there, a little pull-out shelf maybe, so we can put the keys in there, because that corner's a little bit of a dumping ground. So I'd like to improve on that if I can. So that's the first drawer in. The measurements worked out absolutely spot on. It's a lot more solid than last time. So I've just got one, two, another two. I may put a third one in as well. So yeah, another 3 drawers, and then we'll be looking at the fascias. Right, that's the second drawing. I've had told the width of it from last time, but yeah, everything's gone in. So that's it for today. Got the barbecue lit, and I'm afraid I'm just going to tidy up, put the tools away, and have a beer. I think it's been a warm one today. So yeah, thanks for watching so far. Okay, this is one of the drawers what underneath the oven. We had to cut this down in height anyway, and then I've just slightly, because I've strengthened it and used thicker material, I just need to make it slightly narrower in width, so just to be able to get the runners on, that's all. So these runners are going to go on here now, and then they can go back in the camper. That fits nice. So yeah, modifying this kitchen then. I've had to cut this one down in height because we've dropped the oven by about 50mm to get this 70mm air gap just up here. So it's not so much we're refitting the kitchen or anything like that, it's just strengthening it from the small alterations I've done and getting it to a stage now where we can complete. So yeah, we've cut this down in height. We're going to put a grill in here. We're going to spray this black as well, so we're going to put a nice black grill in here, so that's going to be nice. And it's just generally a case of modifying it and finishing. A good example of that is a fridge freezer. When we originally fitted this, we fitted it right down to the floor to maximise the storage up here. But what we found out when we opened the fridge, it caused a little bit of a vacuum. It was actually pulling dog hairs and one or two other bits of dust and that off the carpet and into this bottom chamber here. So to alleviate that problem, we put this this drawer on the underside, and that probably now lifts up the fridge by about 120 mil, and obviously the problem of the dog hairs and that is no longer. Alright, there's probably still dog hairs on the carpet, but at least they're not going in the fridge. So again, it's not something we got wrong, it's just something we've come to see and deal with, and obviously modify and get over the problem. So that's all what we're doing now. We just sort of like going through the kitchen now and putting things as they should be. Alright, cool. So I'm just putting the fascias on now. A little bit it's a little bit difficult because I'm not using conventional units where, you know, your drawer fits on runners. It's all been pre-drilled and it's all marked out, and then if your fascias don't line up, you can move them on cams and that. So I'm doing this a little bit traditional method, so like what joiners used to do before we got flat pack kitchens, basically. So I mean, obviously this is just all like a timber frame panelling system, and the drawers actually now, the fascias actually packed out underneath. So we'll just go along these edges with a little bit of silicone and just tidy them up. But apart from that, they are working quite nice. As you can see, this was one of the modifications what we did as well. Originally I put this plinth around like you would do in a normal kitchen, but then I realised that we were wasting this much drawer space. Now alright, there's only, you know, maybe about 50 mil there, but when your kitchen's this size, that 50 mil on a couple of drawers can make a big difference. So a slight modification here. I'll put a little bit of 1/2 inch MDF, and then the floor, this floor what I've got on the floor here, will actually return up here and up here. So the drawer here will look like part of the continuation of the plinth. But that's it. That's just about me for today. I'm going to wrap up now and get some food and probably continue tomorrow. If you've got any comments as well, stick them down in the comment section there, and any ideas what you've got. I don't know, maybe you've got better ideas than me. I don't claim to be an expert, but you know, we try. So right, lunchtime. Right, we'll continue tomorrow. Well, it hardly seems worth filming today. I've done quite a lot, minor adjustments and getting things set up. Another drawer, put this drawer in here which goes around the sink waste, which we didn't have that before. We've got a drop down cupboard here for the cling film and the silver foil. So yeah, I've been busy doing one or two other bits and making other bits, so I've just been really busy, so I apologise for not filming it all. Probably would have been boring anyway. But we'll have a good run through all this once it's all in, and you know, once it's all fitted and it's looking like it should, then we'll have a good look round it and so on. Right, so we've put in an extra shelf in a shoe rack space, and yeah, some more offcuts of MDF here. But just to show you what I've done, these were the old shelves what I originally made a while back, and these are just basically glued together. I did have two, but then we broke one, and so on. So these have been basically routed out. So we cut a piece of MDF, we put 3 holes in it, we run around with a router, and that mimics what's on the underside. So so what you get left with is, that's a template, but this is the shelf. So we've got 3 of these now. So these will actually fit in here, and yeah, we can get the cupboard door on then. So Alan did this tape, no?
A day?
Yeah, she's probably about right, a day to design and work this one out. So just needs cleaning up, a little bit of sanding, but I wanted to utilise it and get the keys. Wanted to utilise this space and get the keys and whatever off here. So because it's a little bit of an awkward space, I wanted to make something. So as you can see now, we've turned this little bit of a useless space into something what's useful. So yeah, a little bit of a drawer there. That works really nice, and it will match the, you know, the cupboard front what's down below as well. So I think once this all gets painted, I think this will look really nice. I'm trying to get some filming done. And like I said, we're just down here. We're having the camp MOT tomorrow, so I've just come outside to try to do some filming, and farmers are pulling up talking to me. I've just had a guy come in with 2 Unimogs. He's been talking to me, so yeah, it's drawing some attention. So this is where we are, just outside Kirksmeaton. You can see that we've just parked on this little bit of corner land here. I've parked here before, and that's basically because the garage where we have it MOT'd is just the other side of these trees here. So we've got to be there for about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So it's much easier just to come down here tonight and then get up in the morning, cup of tea, coffee, and then make his way around there. So yeah, we've had to break off the kitchen. Helen's halfway through painting it at the moment. It is starting to look well. So hopefully once the MOT is done, we're going to actually get back onto the kitchen and hopefully get it finished. And yeah, we'll see what you think about that, because it's looking well.